this brief yoga video is going to be an opportunity to be a keen observer of what's going in your body, maybe from one side to the other. Is one side weaker or tighter? Or is there a place in our posture that we can be more upright and open? So it's going to be a yoga flow with warriors 2, 1, and 3. And I'm inviting you to use a chair so that you can spend less time worrying about keeping your balance and more time observing what's going on in your body. So if you have a chair, make sure that it's nice and stable and it's not going to slide on a carpet, or the legs on a sticky mat is helpful. And we're actually going to start standing today. So you could use 2 blocks instead of a chair, and you might want to have a blanket. You might want to rest your head on the chair. So stand up tall, your feet about 2 fist widths apart. Outer edges of the feet parallel, so you might feel a little pigeon-toed, and then roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Maybe close your eyes. Feel your tailbone dropping, your lower body rooted, and your upper body nice and light. Take another breath or 2, just inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. I invite you to set an intention of no judgment, just observing your body and your breath. And on an inhale, take your arms up overhead, maybe the palms will meet. And then exhale, draw the elbows down like goalpost arms, and then let them relax. And do that again, inhaling, arms up, maybe they meet overhead, maybe your gaze goes up, and then exhale, goalpost arms, drawing the elbows back to the back side of the body, and then let them go. Nice. So we're going to start to add in the upper spine. So inhaling, take your arms up, maybe just a little gentle back bend. Exhaling, goalpost arms. Inhale here, and then exhale, simply bring your elbows together, maybe folding your front ribs together. And then inhale, goalpost arms. And exhale, release. And inhale, arms up. Maybe just a small back bend, upper back. Exhaling, goalpost arms. Inhale here, and then maybe you want to add a little bend in the knees, and exhale, hollow out front side of the body. Maybe curling the pelvis under a little bit. And then inhale, open up right to goalpost arms, straighten the legs, maybe gentle back bend, and then exhale, hollow out like a standing cat shape. Just observing your spine, keeping your feet rooted. Inhale again, open up, and exhale, hollow out. And keep your palms together, reaching way up over your head. Draw your upper arms back by your ears. Try and get your arms as straight as you can. And then exhale, let it go. And then come to your chair, or if you're using the blocks, so that your feet are about 1 foot, 12 inches away from the chair. And inhaling, take your arms up. And exhaling, turn your palms out and fold forward. Find your chair. Knees could be soft. Maybe you want to let your head hang or rest on the chair. Inhale, lift your hips, straighten the legs. Exhale, soften the knees. And again, inhale, lift your hips, straighten the legs, root the feet. Exhale, soften the knees. Try to keep the back of the neck long, so not too much weight on your forehead, but can you let your arms hang? Pull your low belly and inhale. Take your elbows up like a scarecrow, and exhale, let them hang and swing. Kind of feel an opening in the shoulders. Inhaling again. Does one shoulder feel different than the other? Elbows out and up. And exhaling, hang. Just listen to my voice. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling like a scarecrow, bring your elbows up, or like a puppet. And then exhale, let them hang and swing. And then hold your chair. Inhaling, maybe keeping your forehead on the chair, or lifting up to help you extend your legs. And you're going to take your right leg way back in high lunge. All right. So starting our warrior series, turn your back heel down and inward, heel to arch alignment, like there's a line down your mat. And then bring your shoulders over your hips into warrior two. So firm up the upper arms. Continue to drop your tailbone and take a couple breaths. How does it feel in your knees, your hips? And then windmill yourself back around to the chair so that you can adjust your feet for warrior one. So you might bring the back foot in a little bit, turn the heel down diagonally, maybe walk the front foot to the side of your mat so you have a wider base. And then bring your hands to your thighs. Make sure you're nice and stable. And then inhale, arms up in the air. And exhale, open up cactus arms. And then inhale, arms up again, take a breath. And exhaling, release your hands to the chair. Lift your back heel. This is where we're going to go to warrior three, right? So it's going to be like an upside down T. You can have your hands on the block. Again, you want to spend less time worrying about keeping your balance and more time just observing your hips, your spine, your standing leg. So start to load all your body weight on that front leg. Back toes pointing down, crown of the head reaching out long. Maybe you straighten that leg. Maybe you want to take the opposite arm, so same arm as leg, into that cactus arm shape. See how that feels. Put it back, and then try the other arm. Make that cactus arm or goalpost arm. So if you're feeling pretty balanced, you could soften the knee and take both arms into goalpost arm. And then maybe see if you can straighten the leg. Keeping the whole body parallel to the ground if you can. And then grab hold of your chair. Super challenging, right? Find your high lunge. And then we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat. So top of a push-up plank. So I'm going to walk myself back a little so I don't hit my head on the chair. Float your knees down, squeeze your elbows in. Keep your heart lifted as you exhale. Chest and chin down to the mat, and then let the hips drop. Push the top of the feet into the mat. We're going to do one cobra, 3 breaths. So drop your elbows, inhale, raise up. On your exhale, see if you can stay here. Keep the spine long, toes pushing into the mat. Inhale, again, raise up. Exhale. And last time, inhale. Take those goalpost arms. Draw your elbows up. And exhale, forehead and hands to the mat. We reverse the push-up, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale and lift. Curl your toes under. And exhale, right to downward facing dog. Maybe walk your dog out. Couple of breaths here. And then inhale, lift your left leg up in the air. So we're going to come to that same lunge. But before that, you might want to bend the knee and open up the hips. Opening your chest. Keep your upper arms firm. And slowly and gently bring the knee toward your heart. And find your high lunge again, same side. Right? So reach for the chair. Inhale, we're going to come to a standing split. So lift the back leg. Keep your shoulders level. Nice. Exhale. Pull your low belly in, coming to a chair pose. So dropping your hips into your heels. And then you're going to twist toward your right leg. A couple of breaths here. Exhaling, release the twist. Find your chair again. Inhale, get long, adjust your feet if you need, maybe getting a little closer. Exhale, forward fold, maybe rest your head on your chair again. Doing a wiggling around, it might feel good. One more time, release your hands. Lift your elbows. Exhale, let them swing. then soften the knees using the chair for help or taking your arms out to the side. Inhale and come up with a flat back. And exhale your hands to your heart. So we'll go to the other side. I'm going to turn my chair to the other end of the mat so I won't have my back to you. So about 1 foot away from the front of the chair. Inhaling, take your arms up. Exhaling, soften your knees and hang. Maybe just one time. Inhaling, lift those elbows. Exhale, let them swing. And then soften the knees. Find the chair for stability. And take your left leg way back in high lunge. So I'm being your mirror, right? And then you're going to turn your heel down and in for warrior two. Couple breaths. What does it feel like on this side? Just observing, then you're going to turn yourself back to your chair. Lift your back heel and adjust our feet for warrior one. So maybe a slightly shorter stance. Back heel diagonally down. I'm going to walk my front foot out to the edge of the mat. Just a little bit for more stability. And then hands on the front thigh. Drop your tailbone and sweep your arms up. So this is an opportunity to feel what's going on in our shoulders and our spine and our hips and our core stability. Reaching way far forward, soften your knees. Right, we're going to come to warrior three. So I've got my front foot right under my hip. I'm going to lift my back heel and extend out. Just notice how this feels. So maybe same arm as leg in the air, cactus arm. See how that feels. This is completely different on this side for me. Maybe other arm, cactus arm. Maybe you want to soften the knee. Use your drishti, your focal point, your eyes. Maybe you want to take both arms and see if you can lengthen. And then when you're ready, find your chair to safely transition to the floor through high lunge. Hands to the mat. Back myself up, give myself a little more space. And exhale, chaturanga. You could stay on your toes if you want. Just observing. Down to the mat. Lengthen those legs. Again, we're going to do one cobra, 3 breaths. Inhaling. Lift yourself up. And again, inhaling, lift. And again, inhaling, lift. And then take your cactus arms. And exhale. Then reverse your push-up, squeezing in. Curl your toes under and find your downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out. And then right leg goes up in the air. Maybe you want to bend the knee, open up the hip. Keep your upper body firm. Lengthen the leg. Pull the knee toward the heart. And find your high lunge on this side. So adjusting as you need, scooting forward if you need. Find your chair. Easy standing split. Just making more space somewhere. And then exhale, pull the low belly in, soften the knees. Here's the thing to observe, just the difference in the color of your feet from standing on one leg. Exhaling, twist toward that working leg. Couple of breaths. exhaling, release. Maybe bring your forehead to the chair one more time. Lift those elbows. Let them hang. And then bring yourself safely to standing. Inhaling, fingertips up in the air. Exhaling your hands to your heart. Just going to do a little more hip opening. So take your feet nice and wide and then turn your toes out, heels in. Right, and exhale, soften your knees. Take your arms straight out to the side and then fold your palms towards your ears. So goddess pose. Inhaling, lift your right heel. And exhale, drop it down. Try and keep your hips low. Inhale, lift your left heel. Just noticing both sides. Drop it down. Inhale, lift both heels. Can you extend your arms out, palms facing down? Heels still up. Pull your low belly in as you try and straighten your legs, keeping your heels up. Ooh. Push into the big toe. And exhaling, goddess pose again. Fold your palms toward your ears. And then straighten your legs. Turn your toes in. Hands to the hips. Lift your chest. And fold forward with a flat back. Maybe you can keep your hands on your thighs or hands on the shins. Or keeping the spine straight, drop your hands to the mat. And exhale, let your head hang. And then extend your arms out long again, fingertips under the nose. Inhaling, lift the right arm up, gentle twist, keeping the hips level. And exhale down. And inhale, left arm up, noticing one side to the other. And exhale down. Soften the knees, bring your hands to your thighs. And come on back up. And then heel toe your way in. Right, so your heels are just a little bit wider than your shoulders. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. We're going to do one yoga squat. Velocinators, so bring your hands to your heart center, wiggle your toes. If it's helpful to put a blanket under your heels, do that. And as you go down, you want to feel like your elevator's going up, right? So lifting up out of the legs as you drop down. Maybe your elbows find inside your knees, and you can lower your hips. So only going where you can. You could be holding onto the chair, right? And this is just about observing, being a keen observer of your body. One of the good reasons for that is so when you have pain or sensation and you need to work with somebody to alleviate it, you can explain what you're feeling. And then we're just going to safely sit down. So if you can just sit down onto your hips, feel free. I'm going to adjust my legs, so be careful not to let your knees turn in. Lift your hips. And take one leg back. Float the knees down. All right, and then shift onto your hips so that you can come to seated. We're going to do one boat pose before we finish. Shift on your hips. You can keep your hands down or lift your shins. Arms up. Go to one side. Arms up. Go to the other side. Do that 2 more times. Keep your breath. Just observing. So good to do that Velocinators squat before this, because we've gotten our hip flexors nice and warm. Lifting up. And then safely roll yourself down onto the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax and release. So check in with your body. See if you'd like to do a bridge pose or a supported bridge pose, where you stick your block under your sacrum. Maybe you'd like to do happy baby, or draw your knees into your chest and roll a little bit. So if you've got the block under the sacrum, the bony part of the pelvis, maybe you want to extend your legs out and feel that length in the psoas. So no right or wrong way to finish. So 3 or 4 more breaths to finish up your practice. Just another opportunity to tune into the sensations in your body. Allow you to soften and stretch. So if you had the block on your sacrum and stretch your legs out, bend your knees, and gently push yourself off the block so you can get it out of the way. Maybe taking a moment to reset. And then decide if you want to keep your knees bent or stretch them out, or maybe tuck a blanket under your head for just a few moments of stillness. Again, you could do legs up the wall or rest on your belly. So simply following your breath. And then begin to get moving again. Maybe starting with your fingers and your toes, or bending your knees, or taking a big morning stretch, or reaching your arms out and then crossing them over your chest like a hug. Just feeling those back muscles. So you could roll to one side and rest there for a couple of moments, or you could push yourself all the way up to seated, maybe keeping your eyes closed. Find a comfortable seated position on the floor, on a block, on a chair. Inhaling, bring your hands to your heart center. So remember that this keen observation of the sensations in our body with no judgment is the first step, being a keen observer of others and the world around us, again with no judgment. The Spirit in me honors the Spirit in you. Thanks for practicing with me. Namaste.